Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Nikki, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. I am going to cover a topic that's actually very, very helpful, not only for just you, but if you do happen to have young athletes in your home as well, it's going to be very effective for them as well. Today's topic is eat like an athlete. Something that I do want to cover with this is, a lot of adults are looking at themselves not as athletes, okay? And a lot of you just look at yourselves as a normal person that's trying to get some movement in, and that's okay. But here's my take on it. If you are completing some sort of a program, if you have a specific goal that you are after and you are consistent in your training for the most part, you're an athlete or you're an athlete in the making. Allow yourself to have that kind of label per se on yourself that you are an athlete. You're allowed to identify yourself that way if you are someone that is working towards something that is important to you that is a physical output. So I consider myself an athlete. I'm always working towards a new physical goal, trying to gain more strength, trying to gain more muscle. I used to compete with CrossFit. All of these things are a lot of fun and it's a great way to look at yourself as an athlete. So maybe you're training for a 5K, maybe you're training for a half marathon. Maybe you are training to do any sort of pickleball tournament. Maybe you're training for the strong woman competition, or there's a women's lifting competition that's local to here. There's all these awesome things. If you're training for anything with a specific goal in mind, competition or not, you are an athlete. So it's important to know this information, not only for yourself, but also for maybe some other young athletes in your house, like your kiddos. So my kids compete in tournaments and such. They have practices, they have games and throughout the weekend and everything. So learning how to eat properly at the different times throughout the day to help support those workouts and that output of energy is really, really helpful. Not only get the most out of that workout, to get the most out of that performance, but also to recover better and to send safety signals to your body and get you out of that, fight or flight stress moment. So all the things we're going to cover are going to help with that. Now, I'm not going to get into like super nitty-gritty stuff here, but I am going to give you some general overview ideas so you can start to put them into practice and give them a try for yourself. So, eating like an athlete, we're going to optimize your workout and your recovery by doing these things. It's really, really important to understand that you only get as much out of the workout and the performance as you are fueled for. So if you go into a workout, go into a performance, and you haven't had anything to eat in quite a while, you're not fueled properly for it, you're probably not going to have the best performance, and therefore you're not going to have the best results. So that is really important. So workout and recovery both go hand in hand with how we are eating and what we're choosing to do. Um, it's also going to help reduce muscle soreness. So that's something that's really, really helpful to understand is when you get done with a workout and you have that muscle soreness, I still get muscle soreness, of course, especially if I do a new movement, but it's often a sign if it's like, you cannot even move the next day kind of thing, that you're just not recovering properly. So we want to make sure that we are choosing the right foods to recover after our workouts with, so that yes, we may have some muscle soreness, but it is by no means hindering to our life. So that's what we're trying to get past, so you can continue training, continue getting back into the gym to get closer to those goals. So it's also going to help improve energy. Without energy, we're going to struggle to have a great workout, whether that's running, whether that is a team sport, maybe that is lifting a new weight, hitting a new rep amount, anything like that. You're going to want to have the appropriate amount of energy in order to give to it. You're also going to, feel or how you're feeling for a workout load. Okay. So if you are, getting ready to train and you're going to do a half marathon that day, we're going to probably need more food before and after in order to give your body what it needs to get through that. Whereas if your training that day is, a 20-minute, as many reps as you can, or it's a 20-minute EMOM or something like that, it may not be as demanding. So you may not have to fuel the same. So understanding that your workout load is going to affect your fueling and food intake load. So you have to just kind of play with it for yourself and understand where you feel best. Um, It's also going to help a lot to take care of your hormones and send safety signals to your body. So, yes, workouts are a form of stress. They're a good form of stress on your body. But if we are not fueling ourselves appropriately, we are malnourishing ourselves because we're not eating enough or not eating enough of the right types of nutrients, then our hormones are going to get all jacked up because our stress is always going to be super high because we're not taking care of the foods and the intake that we need to give our body to say, hey, it's safe. We're just working hard right now, but food is plentiful. Everything is okay. We can still keep body fat off. We can still keep getting stronger. We can keep our periods. We can do all the things. If we're not doing the right nutrition type of things surrounding our workouts or not matching our nutrition for our workouts, we're going to struggle with our hormone profiles. And if our hormones get out of whack, let me tell you from personal experience, you will struggle to do well in your performance. Another thing is just like some very specific tips, right? So we're going to go over some actual very specific things that you can put into play. 3 to 5 meals a day. Okay. It doesn't need to be 6 meals a day. It doesn't need to be every 4 hours. It doesn't need to be anything like that. I know that I've talked about stuff like that in my past. Depending on the person and the individual, it can be beneficial to do 6 meals a day. It can also be beneficial to do 3 meals a day. It just depends on that person's lifestyle and their training schedule. So 3 to 5 is a happy medium to kind of aim for. Now, it's going to be important what types of foods we choose, especially surrounding that workout. So, a lot of people, and I will suggest this, if you're able to work out in the morning hours, that's going to be most beneficial for you. Reason being is your cortisol levels, your natural cortisol levels, should be highest in the morning. That is going to give you the most natural energy to kick through a hard workout or any workout for that matter and have it go along with that natural bell curve of the cortisol. So that's going to be something that's really helpful to understand. Not everybody can work out in the morning, and I totally understand that. It's okay if that's not you. But if you're able to work out in the morning, that's going to be really beneficial. Now, whenever it is that you're working out, what I want you to remember is that we should be taking in a carb and a protein in like that pre-workout area, right? Not talking about a pre-workout supplement, I'm talking about a pre-workout food, okay? We want to be taking in a carb and a protein, more carb, really lean protein, meaning minimal fats. And that carb is going to actually be most beneficial if it's not full of fiber, if it's not a bunch of fruits and vegetables. This is going to be the one time that I'm really going to suggest doing a fast digesting carbohydrate. Now we can still make those choices cleaner. Things like honey would be a great option to utilize as a pre-workout type food. You could do that on a piece of toast, like super easy stuff, right? Does not have to be like overdone or anything. But we want to make sure that this carb is a fast digesting carb because that's going to give us a quick jolt of energy. So if we're going to have this pre-workout meal, I'd say have it 30 to 60 minutes before you plan to work out. That's going to give it enough time to quickly digest in your stomach to give you that energy output when you're getting ready to go for that run, getting ready to do that lift or whatever it is that you're doing. So 30 to 60 minutes beforehand, you're going to want to have a good amount of carbs, and that depends on how big your workout load is and you as an individual. But I would say as a rule of thumb for a random person, having somewhere around 20 to 25 carbs for a random person that are faster digesting is going to be a really good number to aim for. I would also say at least 20 grams of lean protein is going to be really, really beneficial to have alongside of it. So that's going to help prevent excess muscle breakdown during your workout. There's going to be some. We need muscle breakdown during a workout in order to have it grow and rebuild, but we don't want it to excessively break down. Okay, so the 30 to 60 minutes beforehand, we're going to have a fast digesting carb and we're going to have a lean protein. So we're trying to really pull out fats. We want very minimal grams of fat in here. So peanut butter is a no-go. Eggs are a no-go. Avocado is a no-go. Nuts and seeds are a no-go. We do not want fats in this pre-workout meal. Okay. We want it to be void of fats if at all possible. It's going to give you that fastest energy. Okay. So now we do our workout, and depending how long it is, like if you're running a marathon, running a half marathon, you're probably going to fuel throughout using carbohydrates, most likely more than anything else. But if you're just doing a normal, hour or less workout, then I would say you wouldn't need to eat anything during that most of the time. But afterwards, we're also going to want to follow up with another dose of faster digesting carbohydrates and another lean protein source. I like to use the post-workout stack. That's Formula One in Ignition. It's a fast digesting carbohydrate. It's a weight isolate protein. They are made to digest super quickly in that post-workout setting to help you recover a lot faster. But the way that you can think about it is the carbohydrate turns into blood sugar. Okay. That turns into muscle energy. So you are going to be using up muscle energy during your workout. And so if we don't replenish that energy afterwards with more carbs, then that's going to lead to more muscle soreness as well. So we really want to make sure that we are replenishing the muscle energy that we used up during that workout with more carbohydrates, faster ones like beforehand. And that's going to help replenish that energy, and it's going to help reduce that muscle soreness so that when you take in that lean protein with it, that helps that muscle rebuild happen that much faster. And as we've talked about in the past, the more muscle that we are able to build is amazing because that is going to equal higher metabolism. That's going to help you maintain a lean body mass a lot easier. It's also going to help you keep body fat at bay a lot easier. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of those pieces. So we really want to make sure, just one more time, we're going to do 30 to 60 minutes beforehand. We're going to do a fast digesting carb and a lean protein. Then afterwards, we're going to do another fast digesting carbohydrate and another lean protein immediately after that workout. Like I turn the radio off, I mix up my post-workout stack, I am drinking it. That is like, it's right there. So as soon as possible is going to be ideal for afterwards. Now, what I want to really hit home here is you're going to want to have another meal probably about 30 to 45 minutes after that post-workout meal. That's going to be where we can start to include other things like fats in there that are going to help you sustain that energy. But that post-workout meal, that post-workout shake that I have, it is meant to digest quickly and get to work and have your body digest it and use it ASAP. So you will probably find yourself hungry shortly after, especially if you push yourself hard during that workout, upped weights, ran harder, ran faster, whatever the case is for you. So we want to make sure that we have another meal lined up to have shortly after. So in that next meal and really the rest of the meals throughout the day, I want you to really focus on taking in lots of protein. It doesn't necessarily have to be lean, right? We can do fattier proteins. Things are great, full fat dairy, eggs. You can do, higher fat cuts of beef or we can do like chicken thighs, turkey thighs. You can do bacon, like the salmon. There's all kinds of great fattier type quality meats that you can absolutely take in, or just fattier type protein options you could take in. So I want the rest of your day to be filled with protein, lots of fruits and vegetables, right? And fibrous carbs. Okay. We want the fats to be spread throughout the rest of the day outside of that workout area. Okay. And that's where we want the fibrous carbs to be taking place as well. So the fats are going to help a ton with hormone production. They're also going to help keep you fuller longer, and they help with the absorption of nutrients and vitamins. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're taking in plenty of fats to take care of those things throughout the rest of the day to help our body continue to recover and stay fuller longer. The protein throughout the rest of the day is also going to help us stay fuller longer, and it's going to keep metabolism rolling. The fiber throughout the rest of the day is also going to help keep us fuller longer. It's going to help us maintain our blood sugar levels so that we don't have cravings, we don't have energy crashes. Also helps a lot with heart health and digestion. Lots of amazing pieces here. So really surrounding that workout, we're going to want to, like I said, fast carb, lean protein, fast carb, lean protein. And then after that, the rest of the day, I want you really focusing on quality fats, lots of protein, fruits and veggies, right? That is going to be absolutely ideal. And that is how I would suggest any athlete be eating if they're taking things seriously. So if you have a goal in mind, if your kids have a goal in mind, if you're trying to train for something that you've never done before, you want to hit a new PR of any kind, really consider taking some of these pieces and putting them into place for yourself or into place for your kids so that everyone can start to do a little bit better, get a little bit more performance, and get just a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, get to your goals a little bit quicker, outdo your competition a little bit better, right? All of those things are going to be so awesome. If you have questions on how to do this, please reach out to me. I am always coaching people through my NH Fitness app. I'm more than happy to set up a plan that reflects this type of training if you are ready to take it seriously. Aside from that, put it into effect and just see how you feel doing it. If you have any questions, like I said, reach out anytime. Have an amazing day, and I'll be catching up with you next time.